The story began with a girl named Min Jae who had just moved to a new school. She was hoping to make friends because, at her old school, she had always felt lonely and never really had anyone to talk to. On her first day, when Min Jae introduced herself to the class, she wasn't expecting much. But to her surprise, the other students clapped for her, which made her feel a little hopeful. During break time, Min Jae felt excited about the possibility of making her first friend. She looked around, trying to catch someone's eye, but no one seemed to notice her. This made her feel a little sad and discouraged. Just when she was about to give up, a girl named Ji-won and her group of friends walked over to her, saying that they wanted to be her friends. At that moment, Min Jae couldn't believe it. Ji-won and her friends were some of the most popular girls in school. Min Jae felt nervous, but remembered a tutorial video she had watched about how to talk to people. She managed to start a conversation with them, and soon they were all walking together. As they walked, Min Jae started to feel happy. For the first time, she felt like she was becoming part of the group. Then, Ji-won introduced her to a boy named Lee-jun. At that moment, Min Jae felt a little shy because Lee-jun was not only very handsome, but also one of the most popular boys in school. When Min Jae introduced herself, Lee-jun just nodded, which made her feel even more nervous. A moment later, Lee-jun turned to leave, but his bracelet got caught on Min Jae's jacket. As it was about to fall, Min Jae quickly caught it. She wasn't sure what to do, so she smiled and apologized, just like she had learned in the tutorial video. At the same time, Lee-jun simply told her not to worry and walked away. After Lee-jun left, Ji-won explained that he was always a bit distant and quiet. She also mentioned that Hae-jun, another boy in their class, was Lee-jun's cousin. Unlike Lee-jun, Hae-jun was friendly and kind. He was even the class president. Later, in music class, Min Jae found herself sitting next to Lee-jun. It felt awkward, but she remembered how Ji-won was always so confident and sociable. Moments later, Min Jae decided to try and start a conversation with Lee-jun. But just as she was about to say hello, Lee-jun put on his headphones, so Min Jae gave up. After class, Min Jae went to the school office. The teacher there encouraged her to enjoy her time at the new school and mentioned that another new student would be arriving soon. When Min Jae saw the new student's profile, she was shocked. The new student had the same name as her, Min Jae, but the photos were different. The other Min Jae, who will call you Min, looked very stylish and fashionable, while Min Jae still wore glasses and looked more ordinary. The teacher even confused the two, thinking Min Jae was Min. This made Min Jae wonder if her new friends only liked her because they thought she was Min, who was a famous social media influencer with thousands of followers. Later, in the school clinic, Min Jae felt torn. On one hand, she was happy to finally have friends. But on the other hand, she was scared that her true identity would be discovered and she would lose everything. Just then, Hae-jun came to see her. He already knew the truth about her and Min, and he promised Min Jae that he wouldn't tell anyone her secret. Back in class, Min Jae's friends came up to her, excitedly talking about how many followers she had on social media. But they were actually talking about Min's account, not Min Jae's. When Min Jae thought about telling them the truth, they all just asked her to follow them back. Seeing how much they cared about followers, Min Jae decided not to open her social media that day. As Min Jae was leaving school one day, Hae-jun walked up to her and offered to help her with a few things. Min Jae thanked him, thinking he was a really kind person. But then, Hae-jun surprised her by saying that he only helped her because he felt sorry for her. This made Min Jae feel a little hurt, but she didn't say anything. That evening, Min Jae felt sad and frustrated. She couldn't stop thinking about how she wasn't as popular or glamorous as Min, the social media star who shared her name. She knew that once Min arrived at the school, everyone might forget about her. The thought made her feel invisible and unimportant. Later, Min Jae went to a store to buy some candy. But just as she was about to pick it up, Lee-jun suddenly appeared and took the candy from her hands. Confused, Min Jae followed him outside the store. It was revealed that Lee-jun had misunderstood the situation He thought the candy was actually medicine and that Min Jae might be doing something harmful. At that moment, Ijun asked if she was okay. Min Jae, feeling overwhelmed, asked Ijun if he had ever felt like he wanted to disappear from the world. Ijun paused for a moment, then replied that he would never think like that. He said he would keep living no matter what. The next day, the new student everyone had been waiting for finally arrived, Yumin, but when Min Jae saw her, she was shocked. Yumin didn't look like the stylish influencer everyone expected. Instead, she dressed like a bookworm, wearing glasses and simple clothes. Yumin was equally surprised to find out there was another girl in the class with the same name, which annoyed her a little. In the restroom, Min Jae gathered her courage and tried to talk to Yumin. She complimented Yumin, saying she was beautiful and had so many friends. Min Jae realized that Yumin was intentionally dressing differently to avoid attention. But before Yumin could respond, the school bell rang, and she walked away, not wanting to continue the conversation. Back in the classroom, Min Jae was laughing and joking with Ji-won and her friends. Yumin watched them from a distance and remembered her own past, when she used to hang out with them, doing makeup and having fun. But now, Yumin didn't care about friends anymore. She thought they were pointless. Later, Min Jae secretly met with Yumin in a quiet corner of the school. Sensing the need for privacy, Yumin quickly pulled Min Jae into the school storage room. There, Min Jae confessed that she wouldn't bother Yumin anymore. She explained that her friends thought she was Yumin because of their shared name. Yumin listened quietly and then advised Min Jae to tell the truth before it was too late. She warned that pretending to be someone else would only lead to regret. However, Min Jae didn't want to give up the happiness she had found. She enjoyed the attention she got from her friends while pretending to be Yumin, and Yumin didn't seem to mind. Despite this, Yumin warned Min Jae that if she accepted friend requests on social media, her friends might see Yumin's photos and discover the truth. Meanwhile, Hae-jun and Ijun were sitting together. Out of the blue, Hae-jun asked Ijun if he was interested in Min Jae. Ijun hesitated for a moment, then replied with a hint of nervousness that he's not interested in her. Not long after, Ji-won came over to where Hae-jun and Ijun were sitting. She asked them what they were talking about. Hae-jun mentioned the rumor that Ijun and Min Jae had been spending time together. Ijun grew more and more annoyed as Ji-won kept asking questions about it. To lighten the mood, Ji-won invited everyone to a welcome party for Min Jae, the new student. Soon, they all found themselves at a karaoke place. Everyone was having a good time, laughing and singing. Then, Ijun turned to Min Jae and asked her to sing a song since it was her welcome party. Min Jae felt a wave of panic. She had never been to a karaoke place before and didn't know what to do. Hae-jun, noticing Min Jae's nervousness, tried to encourage Ijun to sing instead. But Ijun shook his head, saying he wouldn't sing in front of others. After some searching, Min Jae finally picked a song and prepared herself to sing. She decided not to worry too much because she planned to tell her friends the truth after karaoke. As Min Jae started singing, everyone was amazed by her voice. It was soft, mysterious, and beautiful. When she finished, they all clapped and cheered, which made Min Jae feel a little more confident. After her performance, Min Jae excused herself to go to the restroom. Ijun noticed her leaving and quietly followed her. When Min Jae came out of the restroom, Ijun was waiting for her with a drink. He complimented her, saying she looked really nice while singing. His words made Min Jae wonder if he might actually be a little interested in her. Back in the karaoke room, the group was still having fun. Ji-won and her friends returned, and Min Jae joined them again. But as they chatted, someone noticed that Min Jae's social media account had no posts. This made Min Jae curious. Why had Yumin deleted all her photos? Later, Hae-jun and Ijun were seen talking alone. Hae-jun brought up some past disagreements they'd had, but Ijun acted like he didn't care, brushing it off. The next day, during music class, Min Jae couldn't help but glance at Ijun. Eventually, they started talking, though the conversation felt a little awkward. To make things less uncomfortable, Lee-jun kindly offered Min-jae one of his earphones so they could listen to music together. Even though they still seemed a bit shy around each other, it was a nice moment. Meanwhile, Ji-won and her friends were busy taking selfies. At one point, Ji-won noticed that Yumin was standing behind her, blocking the view. She politely asked Yumin to move aside. Yumin, pretending to be shy, quietly stepped to the side. After the photos were taken, Yumin accidentally stepped on Ji-won's shoe. She quickly apologized, acting like a timid student again. Later, Yumin met Min-jae on the school rooftop. Min-jae thanked Yumin for helping her out, but Yumin warned her not to spend too much time with Ji-won and the other, as it could be risky. Yumin also noticed that Min-jae was very studious. She suggested that Min-jae should talk to her before making any big decisions. Before leaving, Min-jae asked Yumin for one more favor. She begged Yumin to tutor her because her grades were slipping. Yumin agreed, but she reminded Min-jae to be careful about getting too close to the group. The next day, Min-jae was spending time with her friends when Ji-won asked her a surprising question. Ji-won wanted to know which agency had accepted Min-jae, since Ji-won had once sung at an agency herself. This question left Min-jae completely confused. She didn't know what to say. When she glanced at Yumin for help, Yumin subtly signaled her to stay quiet and not say anything. Later that evening, Min-jae was on her way home after shopping when she unexpectedly bumped into Lee-jun. They both froze for a moment, feeling a little embarrassed, and quickly hid behind nearby objects. But after a few seconds, they gathered their courage and decided to walk home together. As they walked, Lee-jun started to show some interest in Min-jae, though he was still too shy to say anything directly. The next day, during physical education class, Min-jae and her friends were hanging out. Ji-won noticed Min-jae's shoes and was surprised because she had been wanting a pair just like them. However, the shoes were too expensive for Ji-won. She couldn't remember the brand, so she asked Min-jae about it. Min-jae, who didn't know much about fashion, honestly admitted that her shoes weren't expensive and she didn't even know the brand. This made Ji-won and the others assume that Min-jae's shoes might be fake, which hurt Min-jae's feelings a little. But just then, Lee-jun appeared and casually mentioned that he was wearing the same shoes as Min-jae. One of Lee-jun's friends showed up and jokingly asked if the two of them were secretly dating. This made everyone laugh and shifted the attention away from Min-jae's shoes. Later, Min-jae and Yumin were talking inside the school storage room. While they were chatting, they heard someone coming. Min-jae quickly hid, and it turned out to be Hae-jun. As Yumin was about to leave, Hae-jun stopped her and said he wanted to join their secret group. Eventually, they agreed, and Hae-jun shared some news with them. He told them that on the school forum, people were talking about Min-jae wearing fake shoes. Because of this, whenever Min-jae walked through the hallways, other students would stare at her with suspicion. Back in the classroom, Ji-won saw Min-jae and immediately apologized for her earlier comments about the shoes during physical education. Min-jae didn't hold it against her and forgave her easily. While they were talking, Min-jae overheard some students whispering and felt sorry for Ji-won, who was always so kind-hearted. Sometime later, Yumin received a notification on social media. Apparently, Ji-won had tagged Yumin's account in a post and made comments that made it seem like she was always apologizing. This left Yumin feeling puzzled and wondering what was going on. Meanwhile, Hae-jun was seen talking to Ji-won's friend, Dae. Using his charm, he managed to get information from her about the issues between Ji-won and Min-jae. The next day, Ji-won was shocked to see that her post had been shared by Yumin in the repost. Yumin advised Ji-won not to talk to her anymore. Ji-won thought it was Min-jae who had done this, and was surprised because Min-jae had always seemed so innocent. Meanwhile, Yumin was seen smiling to herself after reposting Ji-won's story, clearly enjoying the confusion she had caused. Not long after, Min-jae met up with Yumin as they had planned. Yumin had been helping Min-jae learn more about fashion, and she even recommended some cool character t-shirts that would look great on her. While they were sitting in a cafe, Min-jae couldn't stop smiling. It was her first time visiting one. Seeing how happy she is, Yumin asks Min Jae if she has really never been to a cafe before. Min Jae's smile faded a little. Even though she was popular at school now, she had never experienced something as simple as going to a cafe. Yumin noticed Min Jae's sadness and quickly took a photo of her. She encouraged Min Jae to use it as her new profile picture. Elsewhere, Ijun saw Min Jae's new profile picture and thought about sending her a message. But just as he was about to, Haejun showed up and caught him trying to hide what he was doing. Haejun had his own secret too. He was the one posting anonymously on their school forum. The next day, the group got together and started talking about who Dae had a crush on. Dae was too shy to admit it though. Jiwon mentioned that she had become friends with Haejun and Ijun, but she found it hard to get close to Ijun because he always kept his distance. Hearing this, Min Jae realized that Ijun acted this way with everyone, not just her. It made her wonder if she'd ever be able to become friends with him. As they walked into school, Min Jae saw Ijun getting scolded by a teacher for dressing too casually, like a college student. The teacher said his outfit was causing problems. As a result, Min Jae suggested to Ijun that he should try wearing the school uniform properly sometimes. Later, Min Jae was woken up by a friend, and when she looked toward the door, she saw Ijun dressed neatly in his school uniform. It reminded her of the advice she had given him, and it made her happy. Ijun walked over to Min Jae and handed her a music cassette, showing that he had listened to her suggestion about dressing properly. Not long after, Min Jae walked into the classroom wearing the t-shirt she had bought with Yumin. Jiwon noticed it and made a comment about Min Jae's outfit, which made Min Jae feel a little self-conscious. But the other students had a different reaction. Some of them actually liked her t-shirt. Haejun even said it suited her well and mentioned that it was quite expensive. Min Jae, who had been feeling down, started to feel more confident again thanks to her friend's support. The next day, Min Jae met Ijun and gave him a gift to thank him for the cassette he had given her. She handed him a movie ticket, but only one. Ijun looked at it and suggested they go together. After school, Jiwon asked Min Jae to go shopping at the store she had mentioned, but Min Jae said she couldn't because she already had plans with Ijun. Hearing this, Jiwon smiled and said it sounded like Ijun might be starting to like Min Jae. She even offered to help Min Jae figure things out with him. The following day at school, Min Jae got a message from Jiwon saying she wanted to talk. Meanwhile, Haejun and Ijun were walking into school together. Haejun noticed that Ijun seemed more happier than the other day. He asked Ijun if something had changed, but Ijun just said he was the same as always. Haejun didn't believe him and got a little annoyed, sensing that Ijun wasn't being completely honest. Meanwhile, Min Jae met up with Yumin, where Min Jae opened up about her struggle between friendship and love. This reminded Yumin of her own past, where she had faced similar challenges with friendships and relationships. Min Jae then confessed that she valued her friendship with Ji-won more than anything else. To prove this, she gave her movie ticket to Ji-won so that Ji-won could go on a date with Ijun instead. Yumin was furious with Min Jae, believing that Min Jae was ignoring her own feelings and pretending everything was fine. Determined to fix the situation, Yumin came up with a plan and called Haejun for help. Not long after, Min Jae surprised Ijun by showing up at the movie outing. Accompanied by Haejun before the movie started, they played a shooting game. And Min Jae surprised everyone with her skills, even though she wasn't the best at academics. After the game, they watched the movie together. During the outing, Haejun acted overly affectionate toward Min Jae, which made her uncomfortable and sparked a hint of jealousy in Ijun. As they were about to leave, Haejun suddenly invited Ji-won to go home with him. At that moment, Ji-won was confused, but Haejun quickly took her hand and led her away. At the bus stop, Ji-won realized that Haejun had planned this on purpose. Haejun casually mentioned that Ji-won didn't actually like Ijun. She was just pretending. He also hinted that Ji-won didn't truly like Min Jae either. Ji-won denied it and told Haejun to stop acting childish. Before leaving, Haejun warned Ji-won not to cross any lines or cause trouble. Elsewhere, Jun and Min Jae were walking home together, talking quietly. Min Jae asked Jun if he had really wanted to ask her out. Jun thought to himself that it might be true because Min Jae was someone he could talk to and laugh with easily. Min Jae secretly hoped that she was the only one who could make him laugh, but neither of them openly expressed these feelings. As Min Jae was about to leave, Jun finally gathered the courage to tell her that he was happy she had come to the outing. The next day at school, the teacher announced that exams were coming up soon. At one moment, the teacher mistakenly congratulated Min Jae, thinking she had scored perfectly on a test. However, it was actually Yumin who had achieved the perfect score, as Min Jae wasn't very strong academically. During break time, Min Jae and her friends were heading to the cafeteria, but Ji-won declined the invitation, saying she had digestive issues when she was stressed. Hearing this, Min Jae decided to bring Ji-won some bread to make sure she didn't get sick. Ji-won was a little confused, wondering if Min Jae's kindness was genuine or just an act. After everyone left, Ji-won started thinking back to when Min Jae had first transferred to their school. At first, Ji-won had been confident that Min Jae was just an ordinary girl who wouldn't outshine her. But now, Ji-won was feeling annoyed because everything Min Jae did seemed to draw everyone's attention to her. That evening, Min Jae was studying with Yumin, but Yumin kept scolding her because Min Jae wasn't fully focused and her grades needed a lot of improvement. Despite this, Min Jae's innocent and cheerful nature made Yumin feel comfortable having her as a study partner. Meanwhile, Ji-won came across a social media post by Yumin. It was a picture of Min Jae studying hard, and it had received a lot of positive responses from Yumin's followers. Feeling threatened, Ji-won called her friend Da-yi to meet up. When they met, Ji-won knew that Da-yi had feelings for Hae-jun, so she decided to share a secret with her. Ji-won revealed that Jun had asked her out and also mentioned Min Jae's secret, that she was supposedly dating Hae-jun. Upon hearing the secret that Ji-won had shared, Da-yi was surprised. It seemed like Min Jae was betraying their friendship, but Da-yi had a feeling it might all be a lie created by Ji-won out of jealousy toward Min Jae. The next day, Min Jae was talking with Hae-jun and Jun when she noticed Ji-won and her friends nearby. She walked over and invited them to join her at the cafeteria. But their reaction was different this time. Da-yi pointed out that Min Jae seemed to pay more attention to her male friends than to them, which made Min Jae feel hurt. At the cafeteria, Min Jae ended up eating alone. She realized that Ji-won and her friends had excluded her from their group. Unexpectedly, Hae-jun showed up and suggested it was time to fight back, and Jun agreed to join them. This caused rumors to spread among the other students, who started saying that Min Jae had somehow managed to win over both of the school's most popular boys. Feeling overwhelmed, Min Jae quickly left. After she was gone, Hae-jun insisted it was time to settle things and told Jun not to get in the way. But Jun said he would do whatever it took to help. Meanwhile, Min Jae shared her worries with Yumin, still unaware of what was really going on. Yumin explained that Ji-won and her friends had intentionally decided to dislike Min Jae, so she shouldn't blame herself for what was happening. The next day, Min Jae couldn't stop thinking about how her friends had suddenly turned against her. Jun noticed she looked sad and tried to cheer her up, which made Min Jae smile. It was then that Min Jae started to realize her feelings for Jun were growing stronger. That evening, Hae-jun approached Ji-won and Da-yi. He pretended to have feelings for Ji-won and asked Da-yi to leave, which left Da-yi feeling upset. When they were alone, Ji-won asked Hae-jun why he was acting this way, especially since she knew Da-yi liked him. With no other choice, Hae-jun admitted that he had lied about being close to Min Jae, just like Ji-won had done. He also hinted that he knew a secret no one else did. The following day, after their sports class, everyone was shocked to hear a rumor spreading through the school group. Someone had shared old photos of Ji-won, revealing that she hadn't always been as attractive as she was now. This made the other students feel deceived, and Ji-won felt like her world was falling apart. She realized that Hae-jun was behind it all. Ji-won started thinking about her past, when she used to be bullied at school. She remembered meeting Jun at a bus stop, which was the beginning of their friendship. Both of them had wanted to be the best, and their friendship had lasted until now. Ji-won had even become the top student in her class. But she believed everything had changed when Min-jae joined their class. Later, Lee-jun confronted Hae-jun, accusing him of being behind all the drama. Lee-jun remembered that Hae-jun had done something similar to him in the past. Apparently, they used to be best friends, but things changed when Lee-jun started spending time with other friends, making Hae-jun feel left out and unimportant. One day, Lee-jun stumbled upon a video on Hae-jun's laptop. It was a recording of them all singing together for an audition, but no one else knew about it. Later, in class, Hae-jun played the video on the big screen for everyone to see. The other students burst out laughing when they watched it, which deeply embarrassed Lee-jun. Furious, Lee-jun quickly stopped the video and confronted Hae-jun, yelling at him for humiliating him in front of everyone. Lee-jun told Hae-jun that he hadn't changed at all. He was still the same person who cared more about causing trouble than about his friends. Hae-jun tried to defend himself, saying he only wanted to help Lee-jun because he thought Lee-jun didn't know how to handle certain situations. But Lee-jun shot back, saying it was Hae-jun who didn't understand anything. Not long after, Hae-jun began to reflect on his past actions. He realized that he had often exposed people's secrets just for his own amusement. But meeting Min-jae had changed something in him. At first, Hae-jun had wanted to play with Min-jae's secrets too, but over time, he started to feel valued by Min-jae, and in the end, Min-jae's sincerity and kindness had a big impact on him, making him see that his friends truly cared about him. In the school storage room, Hae-jun confessed to Min that he had exposed Ji-won's secrets to make everyone angry with her. He also admitted that he did it partly because Min didn't seem to like him. Just then, Min-jae walked in and asked Hae-jun why he had hurt Ji-won, who was her friend. At that moment, Min-jae told Hae-jun that she considered him a good friend, but was also afraid he might do something similar to her one day. That evening, Lee-jun was waiting for Min-jae. He told her he was feeling down and that he had missed her. Min-jae didn't know how to respond at first, but as Lee-jun turned to leave, she stopped him and invited him to go to karaoke to cheer him up. At the karaoke place, Min-jae noticed that Lee-jun didn't like to sing. He opened up to her about his past, explaining how Hae-jun had once embarrassed him, and that's why he had promised himself never to sing in front of others again. After hearing his story, Min-jae decided to sing a song to lift his spirits. Slowly, Lee-jun began to smile, and eventually, he even sang a song in front of Min-jae. This made Min-jae think back to all the good times they had shared together. When he finished singing, Min-jae wanted to tell him her secret, but she hesitated, afraid that he might dislike her if he knew the truth. Suddenly, Lee-jun confessed his feelings to Min-jae. He told her how much he had enjoyed spending time with her and how special those moments were. Min-jae was caught off guard. She hadn't been honest with him about her secret yet, and his confession left her feeling confused. She asked Lee-jun for some time to think about everything before she could give him an answer. One evening, Min-jae called Min, her voice filled with excitement. She told Min that Lee-jun had asked her out, and she couldn't stop smiling. At that moment, Min-jae felt incredibly happy and knew she wouldn't have gotten this far without Min's help. She thanked Min sincerely for everything she had done. The next day, Lee-jun and his friend Kim-sung walked over to Min-jae's classroom. Kim-sung asked if Min-jae had seen Ji-won, but Min-jae hadn't. Lee-jun handed Min-jae a gift and some food, asking her to leave them on Ji-won's desk. Later, when Hae-jun arrived, Kim-sung tried to call out to him, but Hae-jun walked away without a word. Their relationship was still tense after everything that had happened. Meanwhile, Ji-won was talking to one of her friends, who encouraged her to get to know a popular guy to improve her image and avoid being underestimated by others. Not long after, Ji-won asked Min-jae to talk privately. Min-jae started by saying that Ji-won seemed different lately, but she still hoped they could be friends like before. Ji-won thanked Min-jae for always being kind to her, and then mentioned an upcoming blind date she had arranged. The date was with someone famous from Min Jae's previous school. Min Jae was confused because she hadn't gotten permission from Yumin to share any information about her past. She made an excuse, saying she needed to check with her friend first. Later, Min Jae met Yumin and asked her about the famous person from her old school. To Min Jae's surprise, Yumin became angry. That person's name brought back painful memories for her, and she couldn't hide her frustration. Min Jae was left feeling confused and hurt by Yumin's sudden coldness. Afterward, Yumin regretted her harsh words. She knew she shouldn't have taken her anger out on Min Jae, but the mention of that name had triggered too many bad memories. The next day, rumors about Min Jae and Hyunjin spread throughout the school. It seemed like all the students were avoiding Min Jae, and she felt isolated. Lee-jun, who had heard the rumors, decided to take Min Jae out of class to talk. When they were alone, the atmosphere was awkward. Lee-jun told Min Jae that she could talk to him whenever she was ready to share her problems. He also smiled and said that when they met again, he would ask her to stop being friends, but in a playful way. Meanwhile, Ji-won met with Hae-jun. He apologized for his past actions, but Ji-won was still suspicious, wondering if he had another motive. This time, however, Hae-jun was sincere. He genuinely regretted what he had done and promised not to hurt anyone again. He also encouraged Ji-won to stop obsessing over being the best. This reminded Ji-won of her conversation with Hyunjin, who had confessed that Min Jae had ruined his career. Hearing this, Ji-won started to see Min Jae in a different light. But just as she was about to show a photo to Hae-jun, she hesitated, feeling that Hyunjin might not be trustworthy. Not long after, Yumin isolated herself for a few days. When she finally left her room, she found a food basket and a letter from Min Jae. Seeing this, Yumin was deeply touched by Min Jae's kindness and encouragement. Min Jae continued to visit Yumin's house to deliver food, and one day, they finally met again. Min Jae broke down in tears, saying she didn't know what had happened to her friend. She urged Yumin to return to school and show everyone her true beauty. Apparently, Min Jae wanted to prove that the rumors weren't Yumin's fault and that Yumin was the victim in all of this. Sometime later, Ji-won called Min Jae, asking for her help. On another occasion, Ji-won ran into Hyunjin, who turned out to have an angry and manipulative personality. Ji-won was frightened, but luckily, Min Jae and Yumin arrived just in time to help. Hyunjin confronted Yumin, accusing her of ruining his career. Yumin stood her ground, saying she hadn't done anything wrong and that it wasn't her fault. At that moment, Hyunjin tried to justify his actions, saying they were normal in a relationship, but Yumin firmly told him to stop. She revealed that she had recorded their conversation and warned him never to bother them again. The next day, Yumin and Min Jae were getting ready for school. Apparently, Yumin seemed to have regained her confidence. As they walked together, Min Jae noticed Lee-jun walking alone and approached him. She decided it was time to confess the truth. At that moment, Min Jae admitted that she had deceived her friends, including Lee-jun, by pretending to be the popular Min Jae instead of the bookish, ordinary Min Jae. Lee-jun listened quietly and then told her to stop being friends. Min Jae thanked him for everything and turned to leave, but Lee-jun stopped her. He smiled and said he no longer saw her as just a friend. She was now his girlfriend. Both of them looked incredibly happy. Back in the classroom, Min Jae confessed the truth to her friends. Yumin also made a big decision. She decided to delete her social media account, even if it meant losing thousands of followers. She wanted to live a normal student's life. Sometime later, Min Jae and Lee-jun were seen spending time together as an official couple, smiling and enjoying each other's company. So the moral lesson from the story is, if you pretend to be someone else, you might end up with a boyfriend but lose your social media fame. So choose wisely. Also, always carry candy in case someone mistakes it for medicine and starts a dramatic conversation.